what are the solutions to the equation x squared minus 4x equals -1? Okay. If you look at all these answer choices, you're thinking, wow, where have I seen that before? You've probably seen it in the quadratic equation when you learn that. And the good news is you don't have to memorize the quadratic formula. You don't have to memorize it. When I was in high school, I memorized it to Pop Goes the Weasel, believe it or not. X equals -b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, so that's one way. Or, lucky you, you don't have to memorize it. You can just look at it on this provided formula chart for this state test. Okay, so basically they're giving you the solution, but they're giving you it in the form of b squared, of -b plus or minus square root of, and they're all over this 2, okay? So, a good approach to this, there's a couple of approaches. One way, you could just put it in the calculator and look at your solutions, but here's the problem with that. They're not going to give you these choices on the calculator. But you could go through the choices and calculate each one out and see what you get. So I'm going to go ahead and do that way first, and then secondly, I'll do a way where you can actually get answers that you can directly compare to these. Okay, so first of all, if I'm going to put this in the calculator, I need to set it equal to 0. So I need this -1 to move over here. Alright, so what I end up with is x squared minus 4x plus 1 equals 0. I can put that in the calculator. Go to my y equals screen, and I put x squared minus 4x plus 1. Okay, now I can go ahead and graph it. There it is, and here's my solutions right here. And yeah, they're a little bit off the grid, so they're going to be kind of messy solutions, which match our weird answer choices. So now I'm going to go ahead and find the solution, second trace. I'm going to find a solution, which is also called a 0. So I'll go to choice 2, and I can get my little blinker guy a little bit left of this solution. So there he is. And now I'm going to move the right arrow and get him a little bit right of this solution. And always look at it kind of like this. Here's left, here's right. And then when I do the other one, here's left and here's right. Okay, so I have them right bound. There I do that. And there's the solution. So it's really kind of messy, right? It's like 0.2679. I'm going to write all that stuff down. 4919. Okay, this is the real solution. That's one of them. Okay, let's do the other one. I'm going to graph it again. And now I'm going to do second trace and then find the 0 again. But now I'm going to find the other one. So here's my left bound. If you look at it that way, you can see it's left. Push enter. Right arrow over a little bit. There's my right bound. Push enter and push enter again. There's the other solution. It's 3.7320508. Okay? Friendly stuff, right? But never fear. The calculator did all the heavy lifting for us. So now, one of these answers, when we do the math with it, it's going to give us these exact numbers. Okay, let me demonstrate here. Okay, I'm just going to type this in just like it is, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it all the top in parentheses, like so. And I'm going to do one of these at a time. I'm going to do -4 plus square root of 20, okay, then divide by 2. Okay, let's try it. I'm going to put it all in parentheses so I can get all the top done first. So parentheses, -4 plus, how do you do square root? It's this one right here. You have to push the second key. Square root of 20, close my little square root, and now I have to close my parentheses. That's the whole top section. Now divided by 2. That's 0.23606. Okay, now I wrote down my crazy numbers and I got 0.267 something. It does not match exactly. It has to match exactly. Since it doesn't, we can already narrow out this choice. It's not correct. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, we have x equals, and we're going to, the same thing, we're going to put the whole top in parentheses as so. So, I'm going to do parenthesis 4 plus, and then square root of 12, close my parenthesis, and then put another parenthesis, which is the bookend for this first one I did. Okay, now divide the whole thing by 2. Now I have 3.73, 20508, and so on. Everything I wrote down from the other one, it matches exactly. 3.73, 20508, 3.73, 20508. This one continues. This one didn't continue just because the screen ran out of space. But this is an exact match. So far, so good. Now we need to check the other one, do the exact same thing, but now it's going to be a subtract here. So we go to, sorry, not y equals. We go to our regular screen. I'm going to put in my parentheses again. 4, now it's subtract. Square root of 12, as so, and then divide it all by 2. And we get 0.267949, 1924, 0.267949, and I ran out of space over there. But it's an exact match. So that's one way you can do it. Yes, the numbers are messy, but we didn't have to really deal with them on paper. We did it on the calculator. We got this with equal to 0, and we just found the roots using the calculator. We wrote down the messy numbers. Then we crunched these numbers over each answer choice and found the matching one. It worked out fine. Okay, here's another way to do it. Using the quadratic equation itself, not equation, the quadratic formula, okay, which is x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, we start off doing the same thing we did. And by the way, if you're happy with the way I solved it before, you can stop the video. But if you want to see another way to do it on paper, keep watching. All right. So we have x squared minus 4x plus 1 is 0. We have our a value here, our b coefficient here, which is a negative 4, and our c value here. The a value is 1 because there's nothing there. Okay, so I'm going to say a equals 1. Our b value is negative 4. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. And our c value is 1. All right, so a is 1, b is negative 4, c is 1. Now I just plug it into the quadratic equation. Now here's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to take care of this guy first. Okay, we're going to do square root of b squared, which is negative 4 squared. Negative 4 squared is 16, minus 4ac, minus 4. What is my a value? It's 1. And what is my c value? It's 1. So it all comes out to 16 minus 4. Square root of 16 minus 4. All right? So 16 minus 4 is 12. So this whole thing right here is 12, square root of 12. All right? So now we took care of all this. Let's take care of negative b and plus or minus part. Negative b, well, b is negative 4. What's the opposite of negative 4? That'd be positive 4. So really it's just 4 plus or minus square root of 12 divided by 2 times a, and a is 1. So it's just divided by 2. All right? So we have 4 plus or minus square root of 12 all divided by 2. That's the same thing we had right here. 4 plus or minus square root of 12, all divided by 2. So there's 2 ways you can approach the problem and get it just pretty quickly and pretty easily either way.